Hi friend, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to chat you through the sales that I have hit up from Bath & Body Works. There have been just a number of sales that have pulled me in some really good deals around Mother's Day. They had a hand soap sale. I also got some body care. Like there's just a whole smorgasbord of things. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First things I'm going to show you are the hand soaps. I have gotten to a place where I wait until they do a $2.95 hand soap sale. They like to, in my neck of the woods, pop in around like the $3.50, $3.25, but I really like to hold out for that $2.95, which tends to come, I feel like, once a season, right after they've dropped the remainder of whatever like seasonal round that we are in. And so when they finally did that, I hopped in and I at that point had no hand soaps in my collection. So I was like, well, let me just like see what they've got. I had gone in prior for a different reason and had smelled hand soaps when they weren't on sale and had a bit more of my lay of the land because I knew if a hand soap sale had come and I couldn't go in store, I wanted to be able to, with a Boppus, be able to then like know exactly what I wanted and not overbuy. So here's what I have. First one that I grabbed was Gingham Gorgeous. Oh, I love that this scent has remained from that initial launch they did. I want to say it was like 4 years ago at this point. This was my favorite one of the Gingham extension that they did. And it stayed after the initial limited collection. So I loved this scent. I had never seen it as a hand soap. So when I saw it, I was like, yes, sign me up for it. This can go one of two ways. Sometimes I hate when a beloved body care scent is put into a hand soap. Other times I love it. I just never know until I'm really using it. So I'm looking forward to this one. Then in this not super cute packaging, it's the Spread Love Not Germs Vanilla Swirl. This is a really basic scent, but I do not care. I think it is so stinking good. Yeah, it's just like straight, just vanilla. It claims that it also has berry in here. I don't really get that. It's just like a pleasant, basic vanilla scent, but not as cloying or sickly sweet as War Vanilla Sugar. So I like this. I think it'll be a nice kind of like neutral if I'm tired of really intense floral scents or summer scents. I think that will be a nice just put it into the mix. Or if I don't get to it this summer, spring, I can easily use it in the fall and not feel like it's seasonally inappropriate. I also grabbed Coconut Linen. This happened to me last year. I feel like I've been really turned on to coconut all of a sudden. Yeah, I don't normally like laundry scents. I don't normally like coconut, but something about this, I smelled this one in store at first when I was doing that just walkthrough, and I was like, I don't know if I like it. And then I came back to it and smelled it again, and I kept wanting to smell it, and I was like, all right, that's the linchpin for me. I'm gonna definitely want to buy this once it is on sale. And I think the packaging is simple. Not that the packaging really matters because I dump everything into my glass reusable pump that I bought a while back, but I can still appreciate the nice simplicity of that packaging. Next one we have is Beautiful Day. I feel like this is one I tend to buy every single year. I just am really into this as a scent. There's definitely, yeah, it says it has sun-kissed apples in it. It's like an apple floral scent, which is sort of the sweet spot or wheelhouse of Bath & Body Works, but I don't care. I like that scent. I cannot wait to use it. I also have Vanilla Coconut. Oh man, another one that I don't think I would have expected a few years ago to love, but oh, I really do. I like it a lot. You can clearly smell the vanilla notes, the coconut notes come through in here. It's just such a nice scent. I'm looking forward to having it this summer. And then another staple that I seem to get every year in hand soap is Aloe and Lily Blossoms. They call this something different every year, but if it has aloe in it or it has lily, I'm probably going to love it. Yeah, this is just what I think of around like springtime. I really, really love this scent. So again, another one that I'm excited to use. Then I was really into this one, Seaside Sweater. The notes of this one were vanilla, golden amber woods, and a cozy sweater, whatever that means. But this has like that, almost like a salty note to it. Oh, it's good. It's still very vanilla. You can kind of see a common theme, which isn't that surprising. A lot of these have a base note of vanilla and then different spin-offs, either a floral spin-off or some kind of fruit spin-off, but I'm into it. I like it. And then the last one that I got, I'm surprised by, I didn't know about it, is Moonlit Goddess. This scent and I are having a real moment. It really pulled me in the winter collection. And then I've seen that it's been popping back up in other ways. So this must have been popular with other people, not just me. But it's surprising to me because I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a huge lavender fan. And this smells more lavendery than the body care, so I might end up hating it, but I was like, I'll just give it a try. Not a big deal if I end up disliking it. It's not, the worst case scenario, but it's good to just try out those body care scents that I really like. And I have to say, even though you can't see through this packaging, which I do like to be able to see the progress I'm making, I really like this matte detailing on these hand soaps. Again, I know it doesn't really matter because I don't actually keep them in this packaging, but I can still appreciate for people who aren't in that position how this can pull them in. Like I said, I really like this basic core line packaging that they are currently using. We now move into body care. What started me down this trajectory was I saw that for Mother's Day weekend, they were doing a ton of different sales. One of which was body care was discounted to, I think, $4.95 or $5.95. And so I had recently noticed that Ben didn't have any lotions, not Bath & Body Works, not different brand. Like he has no lotions in his collection. So I was like, well, if it says all body care, let me just sort through and see if it includes the men care. And because I hadn't shopped in a while, I didn't realize I had like the perfect storm of coupons. I had coupons that were about to expire and then the next set of coupons had released. So I had like free body care coupons. I had $10 off 30. I had 20% off coupons that I just hadn't used and they were all kind of laying dormant. So I was like, all right, well, it's good to know. Let me go ahead and see if there's anything that I want to pick up. So I found a few for Ben. Basically, I picked up lotions for him. A lot of them are scents that I was familiar with that we've had before, or they are things that I thought might be good. So I picked up the After Dark, which this one is Spice Bergamot Amber and Smooth Tonka. As I will always say about the men's care, I think that they have the same general base and like slight variations with additional notes in there, but they all kind of smell the same for the most part. So I'm not super picky about what he gets. He also doesn't really care. I also got Bourbon, which is one of the ones that they've had, I think, since they've had the men's line. So I picked up this one. And then Freshwater. This one came out, I think, 3 years ago at launch, and they've also kept it around. I really like the scent of this. It's a little bit lighter, not as spiced as some of these darker ones. And then I lastly went with Whiskey Reserve. So those are the four that I thought would be a good way to stock up for him. I am still miffed that they got rid of the men's lotion. I don't think men always want to have thicker cream, but for some reason it must not have been a good enough seller that they discontinued it. Maybe they'll relaunch it soon. I don't know, but I picked up those four. And then because I had a free coupon, I also added Ocean. My store has what I consider a really limited travel size collection. So whenever I have a coupon for a free item, I'm kind of always scrounging to find something. So I saw that they had this Ocean. I was like, all right, fine. I didn't get him a full size Ocean. He can go ahead and have this one. Then once I was done, I decided to poke around for myself. And unbeknownst to me, pleasant discovery, they have once again relaunched the Love scent from the aromatherapy collection, which is Rose Vanilla. So I decided to get myself the body cream and the body wash and foam bath, aka shower gel. I really, when I found this scent back on the store front, I was like, oh, I was actually just missing this scent. What pulled it back to the forefront of my mind is I've recently started to want to burn some of the older candles that I have been holding on to. For a minute, I thought to myself, well, I could chop them up and melt them, but the candles that I've chopped up, my 3 wicks, I've never had a desire to melt them. I've always passed them over for my actual wax melts from vendors that I've purchased. And so I finally just said to myself, well, eventually these older candles are just not gonna burn, and then what am I gonna do? So I pulled out my Rose Vanilla, and it is so, so nice. And I had said to myself, well, why don't I pull out some of the body care? And then I realized I don't have any of that body care. So decided to add both of these into my life. I figured I would go with the body cream and not the lotion because I thought to myself I could save this for the fall or winter. It's one of those scents I could use all year. And then if I'm really craving it in the summer, I could use the shower gel. So that is what I decided to grab for myself, but it didn't stop there. I could not stop smelling this in store when I was poking around during the hand soaps. It's the Forever Cherry Blossom. I don't particularly like Japanese cherry blossom as a scent, but this to me smells like cherry blossom mixed with their Sea Island Breeze, Island Cotton. They've called it a million different things, but it smells like those two scents mixed together. And I love it. So I had a reward and I cashed it in for this. At the time, I don't love to use my rewards when the body care is very discounted, but it was about to expire. So I was happy to use it on this one. And then I was also pulled into Salted Shorelines. I don't know. This was all me like doing a Boppus order. So I wasn't sure I was going to like this. And I'm still not entirely sure about it. It like doesn't have a ton of like scent. It's not the strongest smelling. And when I smell it, it's one of those scents that I'm wondering like if it's almost sort of unisex, if I'm gonna like it on my body. If I don't, I will plan to just give this to Ben. But the sound of it sounded like it had potential. It just, compared to what I'm used to for their body care, it's not the most strongly scented one. And then I finally had another free body care item. So I decided to get the At the Beach just for myself. I love this scent. It's such a good scent. And this is one of those scents that I feel like I can really use any time of year because I just love it. I just love it so much. So I thought it would be nice to compromise and let myself have a travel size of it since I don't currently have any of this in my collection. To end this, I bought candles. It's been, I think, since winter that I've purchased candles. Maybe like the semi-annual sale was the last time I got a candle. So we're talking January and now it's May. That's a really long time for me. And I've just been burning what I have. But similar to the hand soaps, when I was in the store doing that sniffing, I also had found some candles that I was really into the idea of that I had taken pictures of, but I hadn't found like a sale that really pulled me in, or I didn't feel super compelled to like want to make a purchase. Like it didn't feel like a necessity. Well, when I went in to do my body care pickup, it turns out, unbeknownst to me, that the candles have been discounted to $12.95 and I had a 10 off of 30. So then I was like, wait a second, well, what if they have the candles that I have been wanting? And it was so fascinating. They had almost all of them, but then there were some of them on Resniff that I was just like, I don't actually really know why I took a picture of this one. I'm not really into it. And then there were some other ones that had caught my eye. So let me talk to you about the 5 candles that I ended up snagging. So the first one was Gingham Gorgeous, because of course I did. I am so intrigued. I love the way it smells. It doesn't smell exactly like the body care. There's definitely some slight, subtle differences. But overall, I still like it. However, I don't know how this is the burn of it's gonna go, because scents like this, I think with body care, they don't always translate in the same like punchiness, the same scent profile, the effectiveness of it. So I'm really curious about this one, but love the scent of it. And then this is one of the ones that I had taken a picture of and they didn't have many left, so I was jazzed about it. It's Poppy. I actually had a comment telling me that I would like this candle and I was like, oh, I already took a picture of it because I thought I would like it. I don't remember it having this beautiful ornate bee lid, but oh yeah, this is such a sweet, almost like candy floral scent. And I'm so here for it. They described this as morning dew, wild poppies, sugared rhubarb, and juicy pear. Yeah, I hope it's a good burner because it smells really good and just very light and bright. Like it smells like a candle that is going to, I don't know, emote like joy. Like it just feels like a light, fun scent that I'm looking forward to having. Another one that I was into was Moonlit Goddess. When I saw this one, again, they didn't have many of these in my store either. Yeah, it's nice, but it's a soft scent. So I don't know how powerful it's gonna be, but it's so good. I think I like this better than the way the hand soap smells. It has that, the lavender is not the most dominant. That softer note, what is that? The vanilla. I think it's the vanilla. Really does soften it down. It's very nice. So excited about this one. I also, Cactus Blossom. I used to buy this candle every single year. I loved it when it was body care. Could not get enough of it. I'm so sad we don't have it as body care anymore. Maybe they'll give it to us again, but and the brightness of this magenta, I just freaking love it. I had Lydia with me actually, and she wanted to smell stuff, and I was like, girl, yes. And this candle was one of the first ones she was drawn to, probably because of how bright it is, and she smelled it, and she was like, oh, mama, I love this one. Can we get it? And I said, yes. Yes, we can. Go ahead and put it in our little basket. It was so very nice. And then the last one, this one also was one that I had a picture of on my phone. It is the Shoreline Hydrangea. Oh, it's so good. I love it. It smells like soap mixed with flowers. It's such a pleasant scent. It's dewy hydrangea petals, salty air, and cedarwood. Again, it's light. So I don't know how powerful it's going to be. I have been pleasantly surprised. I've been hearing a lot on videos that I was watching in the last year about Bath & Body Works candles, like in the fall, in the winter, that their performance, their scent throw has really gone down, and people were theorizing that it has to be because there's just less oil in the candles. I hadn't been having that experience, but I'm sure it's mostly a combination of the fact that I'm not just buying every candle that they release. I'm tending to buy candles that either I hear good reviews about, or I'm buying so much less from them that I feel like that also plays a role in the fact that there's less disappointment because it's less widespread. I don't know if that really makes sense, but either way, I'm not seeing that. So I'm hoping that even though these smell a little bit lighter, that because I've had decent performance, that they will still be good performers, but I don't know for certain. Well, with all of that said, a lot of purchasing sprinkled over a number of different sales. Most of it was for me. So as always, stay tuned for upcoming Bath & Body Works trash talks and hoarding closet updates so you can see how I'm working through my collection. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you in my next video real soon. Bye.